Imagine yourself in a hallway, an endless corridor. Before you, an offering of options, a series of dark wood doors. Each opening widens with opportunity. Each offers an unknowable path, letting you choose, demanding you move, challenging you to act. Which door do you lunge for? The hallway is where I will my way through the world. It is the narrowness that leads to expansion, where one knock determines whole destinies. This hallway calls for precision, decision, the analysis of options, the care and the courage to choose true, exact, correct. This corridor is the tension before any great act, when the moment calls for a deeper determination to raise it from the vast heap of mundane happenings, to let it become a great occurrence in the course of life. This night is dedicated to direction, to making decisions in the dark, to taking the leap of faith that leads to miracles. From the narrowness of the Greek domination, the Maccabees chose no less than the doorway to vastest freedom. They did not remain confined nor walk through assimilation's passive door, but rather lunged for the doorway of self-dominion and independence, fearless of the fight on the other side. Standing in the hollow hallway, doorways blinding my eyes, I contemplate the path to my future and light 3 candles as my guide. Hi there, I'm Scott, and this is GreatScott Knitting, Vlognukkah 2021, Night 3. So, yeah, here we go, Night 3, and, okay, I'm just going to jump right into it. Knitting has occurred on the 3rd installment of the Orbit Shawl by Janina Kallio. And here is that colorway of that purple and orange that we've been talking about. I'm liking how it's coming together. I am really enjoying the flashing. Here's the flip side. It's pretty much the same. But yeah, I'm really enjoying how this is knitting up. This colorway that I created, which is going to have that name of... that name that was down in yesterday's comments from Inina, or not Inina, Inbal. She is a colleague of mine, a fellow YouTuber, who I am working with on the channel called Knittergy. I will link Knittergy in the show notes below. Make sure you go check it out because super cool channel. Great little episode we have there so far. We have another episode that'll be coming up some point in December, so looking forward to that. So anyway, she suggested a name for this colorway, which very well may continue to show up in my shop of Mount Carmel yarns. But anyway, that's coming along. I cast that on last night. Knit on it a little bit last night, a little bit of it this morning before work, so it's doing quite nicely. So to continue with, that's the knitting content. Sorry, that's as far as it. Nothing else has been cast on. Nothing else has been worked on. No dyeing has occurred. So I have my other 2 shawls that are here. The 3rd one's coming along. So that's where we're at in my knitting world. Well, you know, it's been 24 hours. I mean, how much could I get done? I asked a question and the answer is just probably quite large, or interesting. So musically, for the holidays, I started listening to this again last night because I had forgotten about it, and this is a Christmas album that I often listen to. It was the name of the album is Aaron Baron Cohen Presents Songs in the Key of Hanukkah, and it was released in April of 2010. So Aaron Baron Cohen is the brother of Sacha Baron Cohen, the actor, movie producer. He writes and produces music. So very talented family, apparently. Anyway, this album is so much fun because it is a modern take on a lot of traditional Hanukkah tunes, like Hanukkah, O Hanukkah, Dreidel. There's a lovely version of Ocho Candelicas, which is a Landino Hanukkah song from Spain. A lovely version of Rock of Ages or Mao Tsur. Yeah, so there's some really great tunes on this album. I will link to the YouTube accessible aspects of this album in the show notes down below. So be sure to go check out this album. It's really good. And it's just very fun. It's a modern take on a lot of great traditional tunes, as well as some newer ones that are thrown into that. So that's what I have been listening to in off times today. So yeah. What else have I done today? Let's see. I did a TSA pre-check. So I'm signed up for TSA pre-check. Not that I'm doing a lot of flying, but my husband did it, and he's like, well, when we travel together, it'd be great if you didn't have to go through the regular line and me have to wait for you. So I did TSA pre-check for when the rare occasion happens, when we will fly again in this next year. It's bound to happen. I did a lot of looking online. Not a lot, because I did work today. So I occasionally use the single point straight knitting needles, and like these lovely things. And I have a small set of these Susan Bates. They are aluminum, but they have this sort of gray coating on them. I really have enjoyed these for many, many years, but I have lost one of my 5mm, size 8. Probably one that I use the most. Not that I use straight needles the single pointed needles very often. I most often use circular needles, but occasionally I do, if only for nostalgia's sake. So I was looking at trying to find a set that ranged from like a US 4 to a US 8, to sort of have a set of 10-inch single point knitting needles. And there's not a lot out there in terms of sets. I even tried to find out, like, what are the best ones that are out there? People don't use them. Everybody uses circular. So I'm thinking I might get Knitter's Pride, a set of Knitter's Pride Nova Platina. That's kind of where I think I'm heading with that. But I don't know. It's like $60. So I don't know. Or I might just get like go on and get just the instead of like that full set, which I think starts at a US 2 up to 8. I don't see myself using those smaller ones. So I may just get some individual sets of starting at US 4 and going up to 8. That'll be about $20, or maybe 25. So that's not bad. So I'm thinking I might just do that if I'm going to do it at all. So I've looked at that. What else have I looked at online? I did a lot of online looking, not so much online shopping. Yeah, no, not. A couple other things I'm wanting to get a hold of is a photo box. You know, those little sort of they are boxes that are white on the inside that you can take photographs of things. It makes it kind of nice, to give a a nice bright setting for photography, mainly to take pictures of yarn to put up in my shop so that the yarn looks as true to color as possible. So I've been looking at getting a photo box, and then lights to do that with, and some new lights for YouTubey stuff. Been looking at that. What else did I look at? Been looking at some bear yarn. Almost pulled the trigger on buying some bear yarn, but then I didn't. I probably still will before the end of the week. I don't know. We'll see. I'm very hesitant to spend money. Oh well. Probably a good trait. Whereas my husband is not very hesitant. He doesn't hesitate as much as I do. Which he always gets on to me before. He's like, you never spend money on yourself, and you should spend money on yourself. And it's like, this is true. I probably should. And yeah, I probably should. Let's see. That's about it. Boy, it's going to be a short night. Because there's just not a lot going on in my little knit world. Yeah, so there we have it. So I hope you are again having a lovely week. That the beginning of your holiday season is not too stressful. You still have some time before the crunch hits for the Christmas holiday. If you're a celebrator of Hanukkah, you're in the middle of it, honey. So there. So cool. What else? Yeah, that's it. So I do want to wish you the very best as we go into this third day of Hanukkah. May you make good choices as you move forward. And may you have peace in your home and the fullness of joy for all who dwell there. Bye.